There are a lot of things that you can be able to do on a Sunday. That is, you can be able to actually just rest, go to church, go out and take your family out. You probably can go and visit friends, among very many other things, including reviewing the kind of things you are going to do in the week that is coming. And one of the things that I would also want you to add in your today's schedule, being a Sunday, is to actually spend an hour or two learning and understanding how an online business works in Kenya. This is because I would want you to consider starting an income generating online business if you are looking either to increase your income, to probably supplement your already existing salary, or if you are jobless and if you are broke and are looking for a way to actually start earning an income for yourself. An online business provides you with an opportunity to be able to achieve that. You can be able to become gainfully engaged, which means you may no longer be looking for a job if you build your own job. At the same time, it gives you an opportunity to actually also start making money. And that may end up giving you financial freedom, probably even separate from what you'd have gotten had you gotten a job. So an online business is something that makes sense in Kenya. And it is an idea that I would want you to actually spend time today, being a Sunday, and probably you may have that time to learn and research about how it works. Today, there is a lot of information about anything that you would want to actually learn about. And sometimes, the only reason why you are not making extra money or generating the kind of money that you probably would want to make is simply because you are not looking for that information or you are not learning. And as someone probably once told me, education does not end when you finish school. It's sort of a lifelong kind of a thing. You need to become a lifelong student, meaning you are going to be learning things and learning some of the things and probably learning things that you need to learn. And learning about online business is something that you probably were never taught in school, but you might need to learn it now at whatever age that you are in. Online businesses comes in very many shapes and very many sizes, which is why even before maybe you and I discuss about what specific business model or what specific online business idea you can be able to pursue, you will need to actually scan the entire market, understand what goes on, how online businesses work in the world, how you can be able to build it, the kind of tools that you might require, the steps and the phases and the systems that you may need to put in place to make it work. All that information becomes preliminary. You need to gather that, initial research, initial information, initial data before you make a decision on how you are going to proceed. Today being a Sunday and you're in Kenya, you probably should spend the next 1 hour or 2 hours actually just doing that online. Go on Google, go on YouTube, read articles that have been written about it, read the many blogs that have been written about it, watch videos about building an online business. Just become acquainted with how that ecosystem works. This will help you understand how online business works, how an online business actually makes money, and the various types of online businesses that you can pursue even if you do not have money and you do not have experience. And the reason why you need to spend time learning and searching and understanding this is because after you are done with this preliminary stage, you may actually decide that you do not want to build an online business in Kenya, which is perfectly in order. At the same time, you may actually realize that you want to build an online business, which would then take you to the next stage or the next phase of this entire process. And that's why I want you to spend an hour or two today just learning how an online business works in Kenya. As you research on how you can be able to start an online business in Kenya on a Sunday or any other time, I want you to consider 3 things and actually look into 3 things and how you can be able to put them together to be able to build a profitable online business in Kenya. And that is, you need to build an audience, or at least have an audience. You then need to have a trust mechanism or a way to build trust with that audience, and that you need to be able to figure out a monetization strategy. So those are 3 systems that you need to put in place as you build your online business in Kenya. And very briefly, when you think of audience, I want you to think of your ideal customers, of your ideal target market. This is because you want to build a community of people who are aligned with the interests and the things that you're actually talking about or that you want to actually be dealing in. So if you want to deal with certain product or services, you want to actually build a community of people who would be interested in those things. And that's where, for example, having a blog or having a YouTube comes into place. You want to get attracting people who are aligned to the topic or actually the niche that you are discussing or that you are building your business in. And once you have been able to identify your ideal customers or target market or the people that you want to help, then you need to figure out how you are going to build trust with those people. Because doing business actually is a question of building trust with your customers. In most cases, you only buy things from people you trust, whether that is online or offline. You don't do business with the people you do not trust. And this applies to your online business in Kenya. You need to figure out how are you going to build trust with the people that you want to do business with. One of the benefits of actually, for example, incorporating video marketing or having a YouTube channel as part of your foundation for an online business is because videos have been proved to actually increase the trust that the audience has with you. And this because your customer can be able to see you, not just read an article that you have written. That's why, for example, having a blog and having a YouTube channel actually works very powerfully, because you can be able to explain a certain concept, a certain idea in terms of written content, and then add a video content into that written form, creating a very powerful hybrid kind of a piece of content that will help your audience, that will help your potential customers. And in marketing, it is said that someone who will buy something from you will have to have interacted with you around 7 times. 7 touches. You need to have 7 touches with that person. So you need to figure out a way that you're going to build that trust mechanism. And one of the ways that you can actually do this is through email marketing. And that means you need to learn or acquire the skills of how email marketing works in Kenya and how email marketing works when you're building an online business. The third and probably the most important aspect of building an online business in Kenya is figuring out how you are going to make money. And this is the third phase of this particular ecosystem, monetization. You need to be clear even before you have started your online business in Kenya how that online business is going to make money. There are quite a number of ways on how an online business in Kenya makes money, and you need to have identified the sequence of how you are actually going to build that monetization flywheel. You need to know which product or services you are going to start with. You need to know what monetization strategy you are going to start with and how you are going to build them such that you build an online business in Kenya that actually has multiple streams of income. Because when you think of personal finance or when you think of finance, you need to have multiple sources of income to be able to actually mitigate the risk of one source of income disappearing or actually losing money from one source of income, so that you can be able to balance and have some sense of caution or some form of caution in terms of revenues that you're generating from your online business in Kenya. Now, there are quite a number of online business ideas that you can actually start on a weekend. That is, even if you do not have money, you do not have experience, you can be able to use those online business ideas and turn them into income generating online businesses that can be able to provide you with financial, location, and time freedom. If you would want to learn more about those 5 ideas, watch the video on your screen right now. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not, and I'll see you in the next one.